My wife and I help out Sonlight Ministries, Sonlight Academy down in Port-au-Paix, Haiti. We go to different places, Sam's, Walmart, Home Depot, and buy materials. And right here you can see we bring them down to Miami and load them in these crates, get the crates on the boat, and see to it that they get everything they need to run that 350 student school down there. There's also a building project going on. They're building a big church. It's amazing how much food there's being shipped there now with the earthquake. There's bicycles, 5-gallon buckets, barrels of who knows what, crutches, tents, lots of different things that all go on that ship. The ship is 230 feet long, carries 1,000 tons of cargo, and after they get the holds filled up, then they start loading up the top of the ship. You can see now it's fully loaded and it's sitting pretty low in the water. There's lots and lots of stuff, including cars and even some decent sized trucks, as well as the generator we ship down there and our freezers. They put that on top of the ship. We got to know the crew on the ship in the berth next to the Lady Lotmore, and we had the opportunity to bring some Bibles to them. This is how they load trucks and cars. They pull it over these straps, put a mattress in front of it, and just pick it up with that crane. Watch how the ship is listing as they bring that on there. We fill up freezers, they lift them on the deck and plug them in and get frozen food over to Haiti there. So at this time we decided to ride the ship. So here we are in the morning, we're getting ready to go. The tugboats show up, the fellas unhook the big ropes that hold the ship to the dock. Tugboat gasses it up and off we go. It's a pretty neat trip. It was about 4 miles out to the open water. We go past other docks with containers and stuff that's being loaded and going all over, and other big ships. It's a pretty exciting trip. The tugboats tug us one way, tug us the other way to get us out of there. That's our river pilot taking us through all the drawbridges. Now we're in the open water, and look at that skyline and think about the next one we see. This pilot brought us out to the open water. So now we're on the sea. They let us go anywhere we wanted on the boat. We even got to visit the engine room. It has a huge 6-cylinder diesel engine. It's pretty noisy down there. The first day out at sea it was a little bit chilly. There was some waves, but not too bad at all. It was actually a gorgeous, gorgeous day. So they let you steer, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm driving. Yeah, she's responding quite nicely. Keeping the rudder amidship.
As we went along, we saw a really nice sunset over Cuba, and the fellas hang fishing lines off the back of the boat, and you can see there's 2 being simultaneously caught right now. These are Dorados. They were really tasty. They bring them on the ship, hold them up for everybody to see, and then make it into meat. So we got to see it from the sea to being cut up to being clean to the dinner table all at once. We saw a lot of other freighters as we went along too.
So is this the dock?
That's the dock. So here we are in Port-au-Paix. That's the Sonlight Academy that we're going to. That's the new church building they're building. After they checked our passports, they allowed us to leave the ship. This is how they get cargo off the ship and up to shore. These guys row these big, huge boats out there. They load it out of the ship and onto those boats. There's one of our crates right there going to Sonlight. They lift them off with a fork truck, load them up on the back of John's truck, and off we go. Now here's these guys hand carrying 50-pound sacks of rice. 5 seem to be the limit. That's 250 pounds of rice on the guy's shoulder. Then we take a quick trip from the dock to Sonlight Academy. We're real glad to be there again. This is the church building that they're building. It's right on the water. Of course, it's all being done by hand like they do there. These guys sure work hard. It's fun to watch them. They're getting good at that. At the end of the day, they're just about done with that great big pad of concrete that they poured. Now there's that pad of concrete. A few days later, it's all dry. That's the inside of the building, the baptistry up in the front of the church. This is one of the 2 150 kilowatt generators they have. So this is the heart of the electrical system here. The electricity goes out into distribution panels. From there it goes into these meters. They serve about 100 people in the neighborhood with electricity. Next door there's always a church service going on under that tree. The gals went into town to a fabric shop to buy some fabric for some curtains. Pretty small, but they had a lot of stock in stock. But this is the main reason we go. This baptism took place right out in front of the school. Her son actually goes to the school, and her son learned about Christ and brought her to Christ as well, and that's to me what it's all about. That's Roger and Norma that started the mission, congratulating her. The seniors gave a going away party before the missionary teachers that are leaving this year, and I love hanging around with the neighborhood kids. There was lots of street vendors selling their wares and their food.
This is Vanessa. She's the gal that we get to sponsor. So blessed to know her and to know her family.
We get to visit Vanessa's house and her family. It's always nice to keep up with them. We also visit with other children that are sponsored by people in our church. The sponsorship is about $560 a year. Oh, those preschoolers, they're something. All the kids are really, really fun to see. So they get all gathered at school and dusted off, and run around and play for a while, and then they sing the Pledge of Allegiance and enter into school. They start school at 8 in the morning and they go through 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
How cool is this, huh?
What a treat this is.
So now we have to say goodbye to Haiti. They row us back out to the ship. They decided to give the side of it a paint job for us.
We have to take it easy. Take the ladder. We have to go easy. Mommy. Wow.
So we got out just in time for a beautiful sunset departure. Now the great
We got one.
The weather on the way home was absolutely beautiful. The sea was basically pretty much flat. The ship was empty and off we went.
It's the scene out our porthole in our little room. This is down in the hall, in the kitchen. And look who's ready for breakfast.
Hi, Nance.
So now we're back in Miami. Compare that skyline with the skyline that we just left 3 days ago, and it's as ridiculously rich as Haiti is ridiculously poor. So now we head back in the Intercoastal Waterway. We get to the river, the tugboats hook us up. And there's the dock. 4 miles back in and we're coming into the dock. They winched us up, pulled us tight to the shore, and we were good to go.